And today is the last day of filing nominations in Goa, and several candidates are expected to file their nominations for elections that will be held on the 14th of February. The Aam Aadmi Party's chief ministerial candidate, Amit Palekar, is also going to file his nominations for the Santa Cruz Assembly seat. And Aam Aadmi Party candidates will be made to sign an affidavit that they will not defect after the election. And the Congress has already made its candidates also take a similar pledge. We have my colleague Saurabh Gupta joining us. Saurabh, elections for 40 seats in Goa taking place. Last day of nominations today.
Absolutely, last day of nominations, and the parties are of course in a race to complete those nominations. But there is of course some last-minute drama for the Congress party, and that is of course after Pratap Singh Rane, the senior Congress statesman who opted out, of the race from the podium seat. Now, that seat was an interesting seat given the fact that it was going to see a family battle. His son Vishwajit Rane, Pratap Singh Rane's son Vishwajit Rane, is someone who crossed over to the BJP, after the 2017 elections. He's contesting from neighboring Valpoi, but his wife, Pratap Singh Rane's daughter-in-law, was given the podium seat by the BJP, which he was supposed to contest. Now that he's bowed out, the Congress has fielded Ranjit Rane, someone who joined the party in 2019, as his replacement. So it is of course going to be a Rane versus Rane, but not a family battle as one had, envisaged, given that the Congress had declared Mr. Rane Senior as a candidate. Now, Mr. Rane's daughter-in-law and son are fighting from the BJP. The BJP government has already accorded him a lifetime cabinet status, something that was seen as a recognition of his services. And the Congress had left that decision to Mr. Pratap Singh Rane, saying that given the senior statesman he was, the Congress would leave it to him to decide what he wants to do. Now that he's opted out, on the second last day of the nominations, the Congress has fielded Mr. Ranjit Rane, and he's expected to file his nomination today. And Aam Aadmi Party's chief ministerial candidate, Amit Palekar, is also expected to file his nomination today. So you will see these high-profile nominations taking place today. A number of nominations have already been completed, but Pratap Singh Rane also spoke to NDTV yesterday and announced that move, and that was of course seen as him sort of bowing out of the race, something his son Vishwajit Rane had advised him to do, retire gracefully, or he could have defeated him from that seat, was something that had been said. But at this point, it seems Mr. Rane finally bowed out and withdrew from the race, and Ranjit Rane will be fighting on a contest ticket, Congress ticket from that constituency.